Is your child currently on an autism assessment waiting list, but you're considering getting an EHC plan? Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, Dr. Abdi here, and in my nearly 10 years of assessing, diagnosing and supporting people with autism, I'm here to give you the information that you so desperately need. So first, let's talk about what an EHC plan actually is. An EHC plan stands for Educational Healthcare Plan, and this is something that documents all the difficulties that your child may be experiencing in both school and at home. In most cases, it comes with a lot of funding for your child. Let's say that your child is struggling at school, whether that is academically or socially or even sensory in actually getting into the building of school. All of these difficulties would be documented within the educational section of the EHC plan. Typically, these difficulties are recorded by parents, teacher, SENCO, and also in some cases an educational psychologist. Let's say, for example, that your child is falling behind academically at school. This is something that the educational psychologist or the SENCO or the class teacher could look at possible reasons as to why this is happening for your child, and then potentially put all this information into the educational healthcare plan, along with strategies on how to support your child within this section. The second part that a lot of families overlook is the healthcare section of the EHC plan. This doesn't necessarily mean physical health difficulties. This could also include mental health difficulties and also neurodevelopmental difficulties as well. Now, I will warn you, this is probably the hardest section to get evidence for within the EHC process. That is genuinely because it is so difficult nowadays to get access to healthcare professionals to get the appropriate diagnosis for your child. This is why a lot of families go private for things like an autism assessment or an ADHD assessment. It's in order to get access to healthcare professionals, in order to explore the needs of their child. The families can then put that evidence forward within their application of an EHC plan. But there are ways to get an EHC plan without having a diagnosis. Now, this process can be very difficult. However, there are loads of Facebook groups and loads of resources on the internet that support families going the parent-led route to get your child an EHC plan. But if you're interested in going the traditional route to get an EHC plan, first thing that we would say is have a sit down with your school SENCO and talk about the difficulties that your child is experiencing both at school and at home, and to ask the question of whether they will be able to put forward an application for an EHC plan. In addition, you can book a free clinical appointment with an autism specialist at CareGen by clicking the link below to speak to us about how you can get support from school in getting an EHC plan. All you would have to do is click the link below to book a time and date that suits you for one of our clinicians to call you for your clinical appointment. See you soon.